Today is not an 8-wheel drive Argo episode. We're just taking the 6-wheeler. We've got some filming to do for a mate who's filming a documentary about a particular river. And I think I can get within drone range of it and maybe drive to it. There's a few river crossings after my drone launching spot and I need to check them out first. This guy doesn't have a snorkel on it, so we've got about a metre before we can have to stop doing the river crossing. So today is basically just a recon trip, and if we can get a bit of drone footage, bonus all the more. Might turn into an overnight, I don't know. I've just been and done my oil check and I've got plenty of oil in the winch, which is good. I am down a little bit on radiator coolant, probably because it's cold, but I'm going to top it up with some demineralized water. A little bit of brake fluid needed topping up. I've done the washer water. I've got brand new wipers on board. I've got to change them over, but I'm going to pull up at my local super cheap, get a bottle of demineralized water and top up the coolant, and from there we should be right. Okay, we've got our engine idling and we're just warming up. We're checking everything. Because I'm going solo today, my backup is not available. We're going to use our Spot Gen 3. I'm already sweating and it's not that hot. Okay. Alright. Now we should probably check our fuel levels. What have I got? 3/4 in that side. 4/4 in that side. Alright, I haven't got the external mic plugged in today, so you're going to get close up repair guy. And my knee is, well, my blinker was on. My knee is still getting pretty sore pushing this clutch in. It's going to be interesting to see how we go today. I might be taking some ibuprofen, or I might be calling it a night early and going up in the morning. I don't know yet. Just pulling up to the 2/3 mark. This is where I've got to set up all my maps and stuff. And make sure, well, the squirrel confirms we're there. And in the case, once I've got my mapping sorted, then we can head off up into the hills. Alright, so I've got my GPS here that uses, with the full drive HEMA maps on it, which gives you all the backtracks and stuff and all the full drive tracks. It's in degrees decimal minutes, and Google Maps does things in decimal degrees, so I had to calculate this. So we'll see how we go here. Alright, looks like my coordinates are in, and it said this to a location that's 600 meters elevation. There should be a helipad about 2 k's from where we want to film. Alright. Now I'm taking out of the right hand tank now, because the right hand tank was full. Because I'm going to do some hills, we don't want the fuel spilling out the overflow pipe and wasting it. So I've got 3/4 of a tank in the other side, and we're going to do hopefully bring the fuel down on this side a bit so I'm not spilling it on the ground and wasting it. Alright, okay, this is where we start getting into the hills, and where the going starts getting slow. So I've stopped for a minute. I'm down to second gear at the moment, so I'm going to go low range. And that way I can operate in a higher gear that's better designed for it. Go straight to 3rd gear. So that like 500 meters turned out to be 2,500 meters. So we're still 1.6 k's away, but at least we can see the hills now. We're very close to where we need to be. Okay, so GPS says turn right here. I don't know if I want to go down there. I'm going to go for a bit of a walk. Alright, I'm not sure if I can accurately portray the angle, but that track heads pretty much straight down after we get around this corner. I've had enough of this sort of driving for the day. My legs are sore and it just keeps going. I think it goes right down the valley, right back up again. I might see if I can push the range of the drone and get it from here. Alright, I'm going to let this thing idle and cool off. I'm going to call it quits here. It's a wonderful spot to stop. I've got lots of elevation here and not much interference, so I think the drone will probably get where I need it to. But I am knackered from driving. I'm hot and sweaty. I'm not concentrating. That looks like a worse pass than any others I've done so far. I'd rather sit here for now and have a think. Okay, I'm going to check in and say I'm okay with this thing, where I'm at for the moment. I've got data connection here, which is good. I'm going to check my maps. Alright, there's a fair slope at the end of this site, hence why I'm so low down. But I'm going to break out the drone. Now, we've got to skirt around the national park here, because I haven't submitted a flight plan. So I'm going to program in a bit of a route here. Alright, so just as I'm about to fire this up, I can hear roulettes in the distance. I swear these guys follow me around. Anyway, according to CASA regulations, I can fly here. I've got all the parameters programmed in. We should be alright. And I'm 84% on this battery. I'm going to shut it down and put a full one on. Alright, I found enough data to get a fix. Alright, see how we go. Okay, let's go back to where we are. Let's do prop check. Alright, let's take her off.
Takeoff.
We've got 27 satellites. It should be a nice accurate landing. Exactly where it took off from. How about that? Alright, well that's mission complete. So I'm going to send a few proof of footage photos back to the bloke that needs this footage, and hopefully he'll be happy. And we might head home while we've still got daylight. We're going to head back. We're going to try and get to the flatlands before sunset. We'll find a campsite on the lowlands.
1 hour later.
Alright, so it's just taken me about an hour to travel 7 kilometers, but we can change to high range again. And we can disengage 6-wheel drive. Alright, let's go find ourselves a campsite for the night.
2 hours later.
Jeez, get a load of this place. We're living in luxury. I'd love to own that block. That's pretty much ideal living for me. Anyway, we are 7.1 k's to being on the flatlands. Just had to stop and admire the river. Spots like this I used to hike through all the time. I used to backpack it, and when I couldn't walk I'd put my backpack in a plastic bag and I'd float my way across. And years later when I joined the military I thought I was going to get a chance to do all that sort of stuff, but multiple sclerosis put an end to that, so I spent most of my time doing hurry up and wait. But I still like being out here. Campsite. I've got to let the turbo cool down for a bit. So, but we're here. I know the kettle's hot in the back. We'll check for damage and fix the mirrors and all the other stuff. I've got a gigantic ant on the roof as well. And I'll see how much dust has got in through the rear vents. Alright, place looks like my apprentice has been in here for a couple of days. Stuff's fallen out of the cupboards and all sorts of things. I have to put some stuff back. That should be in the way. That's there. There's tissues on the floor. All sorts of junk. Bit of dust on this, but we'll give things a wipe down. But crucially, we've got toilets within walking distance. And this is hot, which means I can make a hot meal right away. Alright, I am beyond starving. I should have eaten like 4 hours ago. Let's do honey soy chicken. See if this is ready. Oh, it certainly looks it. Yeah, that's good. Alright, I'm going to eat. See you later. Alright, the cricket says something else tonight. I may have to shut the door. But I'm going to go to sleep soon anyway.
The next morning.
Oh. Alright, well, I've done what I came to do. Not sure what else I want to do today. I could conceivably stay out another night, but there's Not much this side of the river that isn't going to be packed this time of year. Might end up just going home again. Don't know yet, but got to do some thinking. But we might fire up and go and pay my dues at the local pub, because we've got to pay to stay here. Not much, but I might have some lunch down there too. We'll see what happens.